Hey guys, I want to show you my bulletproof shoulder routine, which throughout the years has helped me time and time again to improve the health of my shoulders. I like to surf a lot. I played a lot of volleyball growing up, and just that repetitive motion over and over again has really banged up my shoulders over the years. And surfing hasn't helped that at all. So the combination of those things and CrossFit, when these shoulders get overworked, when they get tight, we've got a lot of, perhaps some stretches you can do to help loosen up the shoulder and upper back muscle tissue. But that only goes so far. And then you need some tools to go a little bit deeper. So that's what I want to show you guys. Here's the standard stuff you can do. If you don't have any equipment at all, then do these stretches right here. So those are my go-tos. That's kind of what I do on a daily basis. And when I'm kind of really in trouble, or if I have a volleyball tournament coming up and I want to feel really good, or swells coming and I want a little bit more reach, and I want to feel good in my pulls and in my extension, then I'll do this routine. And you need a lacrosse ball to do this, and a set of rings or a TRX band or something like that. So lacrosse ball. This is the order in which you do it too. You roll out the tissue, kind of mash it all up, get it nice and pliable, and then when you get into the stretch, then that tissue is already loose and more mobile, that joint's more mobile, so you can get into better positions, get more of a stretch. So you can do this up against the wall or up against a post or something, but I prefer to do it on the ground because you can tend to get a little more pressure with the gravity helping you press into the ball, or the ball to press into you. You can get a little bit deeper or get a little bit more pressure. But the wall works great too, and if you're really sensitive to the pressure of the ball, then the wall perhaps is a better option for you. But I like to start, or let's go front of the shoulder right here, and you can even go into the pec too, and you can start to play around with some shoulder extension and flexion. Hope I got that right. And that probably works best on the pec. And then the shoulder, I just kind of dig around and just hunt around for any tension in here. And I can get carried away, and I'll go for minutes and minutes and minutes. So I like to do it with the timer. I spend no more than a minute here, this region, a minute here on the outside of the shoulder, and a minute on the back of the shoulder. And again, add that extension, that flexion, while you're doing that in whatever positions you can to get the muscles to shift over this ball, and that'll help work things out a little bit more. So I do that side, minute, or honestly, I usually do 30 seconds. And then I go right here. The trap region, or the upper rib, is right in here. And I'll roll out that portion, again on the ground, and I'll lift the hips up off the floor, and I'll do some shoulder extension, flexion, and I'll work that out for 30 seconds to a minute. And there are some serious tender spots in there for me. That's kind of a problem area for me. So I spend probably closer to a minute in there. And then I'll spend another minute carving out the scap. I guess I can't really reach, but you carve out the scap on that side and you just work it all the way down and work it back up, and about 30 seconds to a minute. So that's one side. Then I'll do the other side. I'll say minute, and then minute carving out the scap with that shoulder extension, flexion. Feels super good. Shoulders are feeling amazing. Great. And then I like to go into this ring routine to get some of the better stretches in here. So I get a set of rings, and I'll go through a sequence where I'm leaning, got some weight into the rings. These are maybe a little high for me, but not too bad. And I'll reach up overhead and go here, and I'll hold for about 10 seconds. And that's really nice to get the stretch overhead, this extension, stretch out the lat, and I'll alternate. I'll go other side. And I do minimum 10 seconds. And then I'll step through, and there are plenty of variations you can do. This is the basic one. So go there. Then I'll step through, and I'll go into this move right here, where I try to not let the elbows, the shoulders internally rotate like that. Keep them externally rotated here, where your armpits are showing forward. And this is going to stretch across your chest. So externally rotating as best you can. This is more of a chest stretch. And I'm in a lunge stance that you probably can't see right now, but I'll show you, I'll demonstrate on the other side. And then from here, I'll step back out of my lunge, rotate, so the thumbs are pointed up at first, then I'll rotate the thumbs down, and I'll step out with the other leg into a different lunge. And now my shoulders are internally rotated, and now I'm trying to push my hips forward to get this stretch. You gotta hold for 10 seconds here. Now let me demonstrate facing away so you can see these different positions I'm in. So sweaty and sticky. So I'll be leaning out here, here. Then I'll step into the lunge, thumbs rotate up and out as I go whoop, here into the stretch, across the chest. And then I'll step back, rotate the thumbs down as I step forward with the other leg and push the hips forward. Where the shoulders are in internal rotation, thumbs are down. Like that. And then the last stretch I'll do, it's kind of repetitive, but it just feels good to allow gravity to help me into the stretch a little bit more. Thumbs up again, external rotation. You gotta find the right point where there's not too much weight or it'll just rip your arms off. So you don't want that to happen. External rotation, and you just lean. So both feet are side by side, you're just leaning forward into this chest stretch. So those are some of the most potent chest and shoulder stretches that I know of. That combined with the lacrosse ball rolling out in those different spots, and your shoulders should feel amazing, amazing. And that's definitely not all I do, but that's what got me through many, many years and alleviated a lot of shoulder pain. So we'll start with that, and I'll show you guys some other stuff as we move along. All right, guys, hope that helps. A lot of shoulder problems out there in the world, so spread your knowledge, try this out yourself, and get a feel for it, and then you'll be more convincing, hopefully, when you tell a friend, hey, I got this shoulder routine that I do, and it makes me feel awesome. So that's it. All right, guys. See you next time. Aloha.